Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Tim Hawthorne. I'm an associate professor of Geographic Information Systems at the University of Central Florida. One of the cool things I get to do is I'm a professor, so I get to interact with undergraduate and graduate students in the classroom for one, but where I'm most excited about working with students is out in the field. So my work takes me around the world, including work here in Florida, also work on the West Coast of the US with the Smithsonian, and we do a lot of work with community partners and also the Smithsonian down in Belize, down in Central America as well. So a lot of travel, a lot of exciting new places as a geography-based faculty at UCF. Yeah, so most notably, what we try to do is we work with, as I said, GIS, Geographic Information Systems. So that is essentially computerized mapping. And so if you think about all the different apps that you use on a daily basis on your phone, something like TikTok, or maybe you're with mom and dad in the car and looking at Waze or Google Maps traffic updates, those types of things, or you're checking in a location when you go out to a restaurant or to the movies pre-COVID, right? All of those technologies are mapping-based and location-based technologies. We do work with those. And what we try to do is we try to engage our students in work that includes community partners and neighborhoods and different scholars. So a lot of the work we do is coastal in nature. So I mentioned Belize and some of the work on the West Coast and also here in Florida. We use drones. So for example, brought one with me here. This is a small DJI Mavic Mini, which I know some of you probably have at home as well. This is one of the types of drones we use. We also use bigger ones to do high resolution mapping to get really clear imagery of coastal environments. So things like flooding, erosion, and land use change. And that's sort of some of the work that we do with drone mapping, for example, as well. I think the most important thing, especially with drones, is if you can't see something clearly, and when I said high resolution, right, we're able to get imagery of locations along the coast that are in many cases less than a couple of centimeters, which is an incredible amount of detail. So you can pick up things like trash along the coast. You can see eroding shorelines and trees that are falling down, things like that. That's incredibly important because the more clarity and the higher resolution that we can see things with drone imagery, the better and the more accurate we're able to be as scientists exploring these issues as well. So that's one important part of it. The second important part of what we do with drones and mapping technologies is that we rely on local communities to tell us what they know of neighborhoods. So all of you live in a neighborhood somewhere across the US, right? And you know a lot about your neighborhood. Maybe it's where you bike, maybe it's where you walk to school, maybe it's where you meet up your friends. All of those types of data, those are the kind of things that are important to us in science as well. When we work with communities along the coast of Florida, for example, we ask them to tell us where they see hurricanes and destruction from hurricanes. We ask them to tell us where they see erosion of the beach or the coast. So local knowledge and community-based data is very important to the science we do as well. Absolutely, the most favorite part of my career is being able to travel around the world with students. I'm a kid, or I'm an adult now, but I was a kid that grew up in a small town in rural Southern Ohio. So didn't get a chance to leave the United States very much as a child, other than some border towns in Canada and Mexico. And so being able to explore the world with my students, that's an incredible opportunity. And so I encourage all of you that are thinking about your next steps in college or other opportunities, being able to travel internationally is such a cool, rewarding experience to engage with other cultures and learn about other peoples and priorities around the globe. So that's probably the favorite part of my job. The least favorite part of my job is email. Just a lot of email and communication. Communication is incredibly important. It's time consuming, but I think you know, you lose that one-on-one interaction that you're able to have with folks in the field or in the classroom. So I really value those types of interactions over the, you know, the short, quick emails and messaging over texts and things like that. Yeah, the first thing was took some really great courses in my undergraduate degree where I went, Ohio Wesleyan University several years back in Ohio. I met an amazing college professor that he saw something in me that maybe I didn't know I had. and allowed me to do really well in his course and just challenged me, and then provided a summer research experience for me where I was mapping bicycle trails in Ohio at the time, and just got me really excited about the technologies that I use now, and believed in me. And so I think that was the first part along my path. And then I went on to get my master's and my PhD degrees. And from there, it's just been working with partners at National Geographic, at the Smithsonian. Those kind of folks have really helped my career blossom and really enrich the work that I do. So I think my best advice for all of you is to find people that believe in you and work with them and learn from them, especially your teachers now in the schools that you go to. They know so much and have experienced so much, and they believe in you and want to support you. And I think those are the kind of folks that will help you along your journeys as well. Yeah, I think the number one thing about this particular career field is it's incredibly in demand. The US Department of Labor has called it one of the highest growth industries, the geospatial technology industry, maps and drones. So there are lots of jobs across lots of different sectors, everywhere from marine science to engineering to logistics and transportation. And forest management. Just there's so many different opportunities out there for this particular career field. So it's very in demand. And like I mentioned earlier with travel, it's just a really fun career field. If you're someone that likes to do field work, that feels comfortable with computers and technology and also likes to interact with people, this is a really cool career field. And I just know a lot of really passionate and excited people that work in this career field as well. Yeah, so if you want to learn more about our work, our organization at UCF is called Citizen Science GIS. So citizensciencegis.org, that is our website, and there you can learn about all the different projects we do with the Smithsonian, with researchers in Belize, some friends in Australia, and you can also learn about our GeoBus. So we, with partners Lynx, Geotel, and also 15 Light Years Foundation, a local solar company, we are building a 40-foot converted Lynx city bus. And that bus, once COVID is ended and the new school year begins in 21-22, we're going to be going to schools across the state of Florida to provide an immersive, interactive technology experience where all of you can learn about the cool technologies we do. You can fly mini drones, you can involve in an interactive mapping wall that we'll have on the bus, and walk across a giant map of the state of Florida that will be parked outside of the bus as well. So we're really excited about that. And you know, like all of you, we are really passionate about learning. We're passionate about using technologies to learn new things as part of careers in STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.